To everyone in Toms River, New Jersey, Robert O. Marshall was the man everyone wanted to be. He had the money, the charm, the loving wife, Maria, and 3 handsome sons who adored him. They lived in a home that looked straight out of a magazine, with laughter spilling from its windows and expensive cars gleaming in the driveway. But appearances lie. Behind closed doors, the Marshalls' marriage was rotting. Robert's businesses were sinking under secret debts. His smile, the same one that lit up community dinners and golf courses, was starting to crack. And somewhere between the long hours at the office and business trips out of town, he met another woman. Maria didn't know it yet, but her husband's heart had already left her. And soon, his conscience would too.
One evening, over the low hum of jazz music in a smoky bar, Robert leaned across a table toward a man he barely knew. "I need a favor," he whispered. The man squinted. "What kind of favor?" "The kind," Robert said slowly, "that fixes everything, permanently." He spoke calmly, too calmly, as he explained how life insurance could erase his debt, Maria's life insurance. Through shady middlemen, the plan took shape, a robbery gone wrong, staged on a quiet road. Robert would be the grieving husband, the widower with tears on his face and money in his pocket. All he had to do was wait. But the night he signed those papers, a storm rolled through Toms River, and the wind outside sounded eerily like a warning.
Maria's laughter filled the car on their drive home from Atlantic City. She had no idea that her husband was taking her to her death. When Robert pulled into the Garden State Parkway rest stop, he told her there was a problem with the tire. "Just a minute," he said softly, stepping out into the cool night. Then, 2 gunshots. Maria's head slumped forward. Her world ended before she even had time to scream. Moments later, Robert burst into a nearby diner yelling, "Help! We've been attacked!" The police arrived to find a crime scene too neat, too convenient, too quiet. Maria's purse sat untouched. Nothing was stolen. The robbery didn't make sense. Something about the grieving husband's tears didn't either. Detectives started connecting dots. The new insurance policies. The mysterious men Robert had been calling. One by one, the middlemen talked, and the truth surfaced like oil and water. Robert O. Marshall hadn't been a victim. He had been the architect. He had hired killers to ambush his wife, all for $1.5 million, and the promise of a fresh start with his mistress. When investigators confronted him, he smiled faintly. "You've got it all wrong," he said. But the evidence said otherwise. The courtroom was packed. Reporters filled every seat. As the prosecutor described how Robert planned his wife's death, even the jurors stared at him in disbelief. How could a husband, a father, a respected man orchestrate such horror with such calm precision? The verdict came swiftly. Guilty. The sentence? Death. Robert blinked once and looked down. No emotion, no apology.
Robert O. Marshall sat on death row for nearly 3 decades, writing letters, granting interviews, insisting he'd been framed. But no one believed him, not even his sons. His story inspired the best-selling book Blind Faith and a national TV miniseries that gripped America in the 1990s. Behind every scene of luxury and love was a lesson in greed, deception, and the danger of living for image instead of truth. Robert died in prison in 2015, his name forever tied to betrayal. Maria's gravestone, simple and quiet, still reads the same words her sons chose for her.